Hello, friends. I hope that this took care of the problem because I'm basically an idiot who is technology challenged. So let me get over to the comments and see if you guys can actually hear me now. And I apologize. One little mistake and your shit don't work. Let's get it. J-Mac, I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if we got it right. If not, we're just going to have to kill it. Yeah, it works. See, here's the thing. I know exactly what I did now, and unfortunately, it's just me here. It's a one-man show. I showed you guys earlier in a video my setup and stuff. And what it is in order to use this microphone with my cell phone camera, you have to use a splitter jack on there. So that way you can have the separate headphones. You can have the higher definition microphone and stuff set up on it. So it has 3 slots on it as opposed to the regular 4 one. So I plugged that one into the computer, forgetting that the computer has a separate mic versus earphone one. So forgive me. That's what happens when you have a low budget YouTube channel like I do, and you're trying to do all of it at once and you do a day job. So forgive me, guys. We'll go ahead and extend it by 15 minutes if you guys want to hang on, because I screwed up and I'm not too proud to admit it. So what I was saying is we are now into rookie OTAs. We're having a great time. Day number 1 is in the books. Nobody got hurt. We have 8 of 9 players that were draft picks that are signed. The only one who is not signed is Jordan Lewis. And Jordan Lewis, you may remember, does have the domestic violence case, which goes off in July. He feels like he's going to be exonerated. The Cowboys have supposedly my man, $20,000 sounded straight. Okay. He believes he's going to be exonerated. The Cowboys have supposedly investigated the whole situation, and they feel that there's nothing to the case. And hopefully that will be the case. Now, of course, there is the news that we are, of course, going to hear about, even though he hasn't played since 2015, even though he's been on a 10-game suspension for last year and didn't play at all. Rolando McClain. I actually feel bad for the guy, because when you think about the talent that he had, a number 8 draft pick by the Raiders, he had it all. He had the skill. He had the speed. He had the intangibles. He could lay the blow. I mean, dude had it all physically. But apparently just didn't have it upstairs, because dude's left millions of dollars on the table. You know, he had possession of a gun, over tinted windows, had weed. So his career is definitely over. And, you know, technically he's still, the Cowboys still own his rights, but it's time to go ahead and just let that guy go. And I almost feel the same way about Randy Gregory too, because even if they change the marijuana policy, you got to understand, football is about discipline. And if you can't stay clean and follow by the rules outside the game of the lines, how do I know you're going to follow by the rules inside the line? How do I know you're going to do your part? And that's the thing about Rolando McClain that would drive me crazy, and actually drives me crazy about Jason Garrett, is he'd practice when he'd want to practice. He dictated to the team, I'm not going to go. Oh, I got to go take care of some business. And that's where I always say that Jason Garrett is the clapper, the yes man. We'll get him next time, Johnny, the little league coach. See, you got to instill some discipline with these guys. They got to understand that you don't practice when you want to practice. You practice when you're supposed to practice if you're going to be on this team. If not, get out. And I don't know if that's Jason Garrett just being laid back, or if it's Jerry Jones having control of the team. Whatever it is, you can't do it, because if I'm a guy who's doing the right thing, practicing hard and doing everything I'm supposed to, why is it this guy gets away with murder? Why is it I have to bust my ass and he can take time off when he wants to? Yeah, JoBoo did wait a long time for this drink. So let me get JoBoo his refill. Thank you, guys. You know, I'm getting old and forgetful, and I've got a lot of things that are going on in my life. Now, what I was talking about before is, and you guys couldn't hear me, now that JoBoo's got his refill, that I'm working on a new website. It's called CowboyJobu. And we're going to be able to go ahead and order your shot glasses. I've ordered 140 of them, but it sounds like I may need to order some more of them. So hopefully by the end of the weekend, I'll have that up and running. But what I wanted to show you guys before I screwed up was this is a look at one of the new shirts that I'm thinking about, okay? Now, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but I'll actually post it in a video later on so you can check it out. But this is the Spread the Mojo style. I kind of like it on this gray shirt. Kind of looks kind of cool with the Cowboys colors and all that. JoBoo's blue jersey. I think that one's pretty cool. But the other one, I actually kind of like better, and I want to know what you guys think about having the star on that. Of course, we got the Corsairs for the black sheep, like, you know, the World War II black sheep and what I always call the defense. So that's what I'm thinking about, one or the other, or maybe I'll do one for a while and then I'll do there we go. Or maybe I'll do, 20 of one for a while, sell those out, and then do some of the other ones. So that way there'll be a choice. So we'll have like an online store where you'll be able to order shot glasses and some shirts and stuff. So that way you guys can stop bugging the crap out of me. Now, one other thing I want to get to before we start talking about our Cowboys is I want to thank the super chat people from last week, because the JoBoo's Mojo Jar, when we sell shot glasses or T-shirts or whatever, the money's going to be going into the Mojo Jar, and we're going to be working on getting that mobile JoBoo's Man Cave. So guys from last week, Shallow Hal, thank you. Billy Sarducci, thank you again. Barry B, thank you. How about them Cowboys? Thank you again. Juicebox Hero, thank you again. Chuck Baby. And Chuck Baby, don't know if you're watching tonight or not. You had surgery on Wednesday. I hope everything went well with you. Guys, put Chuck Baby in your prayers. He had some major surgery on his neck on Wednesday, so he said he'd be out for a few days, and I don't know how he's doing, but I'm hoping he's doing okay. Chuck, thank you for your donation to the JoBoo's. Call of Dookie, Matt Prizio, of course, Chuck Baby again a couple of times. Kesey, Vinny Pan, and the original donator, Zachary Fletcher. So all you guys, you get a cowbell shout out, and thank you guys for supporting the Jobu Sports Report. Okay, so on to the Dallas Cowboys. We already talked about Rolando McClain. Like I said, it's time to go ahead and cut ties. I don't know why Jerry Jones has been holding on to him. It's done. It's over with. What's interesting, Mike Mosh, the guy who I order all my Cowboys jerseys from, ended up sending me a text today and said, dude, call me. I got to talk to you about something. And I said, what? He said, I called him. I said, what's going on, man? What's the big deal? He said, there's this Giants guy out there, and he's talking trash about Dak Prescott and you saying that he's a dink and dunk quarterback. And I'm kind of like, really? You're talking about Dak Prescott being a dink and dunk quarterback with Eli Manning? Now, I know the perception is you have Mr. Deep Threat one-handed catch, Odell Beckham, who got famous in a loss and got hurt in that game, as Michael pointed out. And FYI, you guys, a lot of you say, man, that guy always looks mad. What's up with him? He just doesn't like being on camera. Michael's not mad. He is a true blue diehard Dallas Cowboy fan, just like me. So don't worry about Michael. Odell makes a lot of great catches and things like that. But believe it or not, he only averages 13.5 yards per catch, in comparison to Dez Bryant, who averaged 15.9 last year. So this guy's saying, oh, Dak Prescott's a dink and dunk quarterback, even though Dak is fourth in the NFL with 7.99 yards per completion, as opposed to 6.25 for Eli Manning. So I'm trying to understand how it is you think that Dak Prescott, who's completing 1.5 yards more per completion, is a dink and dunk quarterback to Eli Manning, who is a turnover machine. 16 interceptions last year to Dak's 4. But anyway, shout out to you, Rayvon. But Rayvon, I want to show you a little something here. A lot of times you guys will see stuff in my man cave because you'll see paraphernalia from other teams. And you might have seen this. See, this right here is a New York Giants banner that they got after the last time they won a Super Bowl. What's significant about this is that was the first game that JoBoo went to. I remember that Giants fans laughing at me because I had JoBoo before the game started. Look at that freaking Cowboy fan with this doll baby. You're going to cry? You know how Giants fans talk. The guy who sat next to me the whole night, he just kept looking with one eye, kind of like, what the fuck? If you remember that game, it was a Monday night season opener. And Tony Romo threw a pick deep in his end zone, and the Giants are returning it back. But somehow, some way, they got stopped on the 2-yard line. And I was standing up saying, mojo, 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 and swinging JoBoo. All these Giant fans are looking at me like, what the fuck? Uh-oh. Jay Barra, thank you very much, my man. They're like, what the fuck is he doing? And what's interesting is the Dallas Cowboys defense, and if you look at my Facebook page, you'll see a play from that game with Sean Lee and the whole defense there backed up on the goal line. They held the Giants. $2 more for the good old mobile man cave. And thank you very much, my man. They held the Giants to a field goal, and they went on to win that game. Now, these scars were given out to all the fans that were there. So, Trayvon, Vivon, whatever your name is, Giant fan, this one's for you. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm not into talking trash. But if you come at me, I will come back at you with numbers, facts, and everything else. So if you come in here to get me, make sure you have your stuff together because you will get sent out packing. So that's where we are with that. Now, Dak Prescott. All you keep hearing is Dak Prescott is going to take a step back. He's going to hit the sophomore slump. Do you guys remember last year when they said he was going to hit the rookie wall? That you remember when they said early in the season that, yeah, it's because he's a new quarterback and there's no film out on him. He'll come back to earth. Do you remember when they said it's the playoffs and he's a rookie, but yet he had 3 touchdown passes in that game? He led his team back, and if it weren't for a miracle play by Aaron Rodgers, would have won his first playoff game. So now they're saying, oh, he's a rookie. The book's out on him. But guess what? The book may be out on him, but I got to tell you, the book wasn't fully written. Think about this. This time last year, he was the 4th-string quarterback. That's right, 4th-string quarterback. So how much work in the OTAs do you think he got? Going into training camp, number 3 quarterback. He wasn't working with the first team. He was running scout team until Kellen Moore got hurt. And until Tony Romo went down, they didn't start training him to be the starter, but less than 2 weeks away from the game opener, season opener. And since he was a rookie, they didn't open up the whole playbook. They kept it simple that first half of the season because they wanted to bring him on. And people keep saying, oh, Dez Bryant, he's done. Well, maybe it was because Dak and Dez didn't work together during training camp, and then Dez got hurt. Because if you look at the numbers from Dez Bryant 2 games after he came back from the injury, he averaged almost 17 yards per completion. Yeah. So look for now that Dak has actually been working in the same system with the same guys who have his timing down even better, who will be working with Dez Bryant all this offseason. look for him to step up even more. And a lot of these talking heads out there will tell you that, oh, the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, they lost Ron Leary. They lost Doug Free. They're not going to be the best line in football again. Well, first of all, how many other teams have 3 Pro Bowlers that are in their mid-20s already on the line? Now, I look at Doug Free, and I can't say that Doug Free was a premier tackle anymore. And like I guys told you a couple of months ago, and people said, no, he's going to stay at guard. I said the best move the Dallas Cowboys could do is to take Collins and put him out there at right tackle where he played in college, because the man's a beast. And if you notice how he's slimmed down just a little bit more, where he's going to be quicker on that edge, because your tackles are your most important part. They've got to set the edge, and they've got to protect the quarterback's blind side. You can have a so-so guard because he's got Travis Frederick on one side and you got Collins on the other. So you can have a lesser person there. So I look at Collins as least as good as Leary. And with Doug Free being a guy who really couldn't set that edge anymore, I believe one of these other guys are going to be better than what Doug Free was. So look at this offensive line to even take another step forward, regardless of what you hear from ESPN and the talking heads that are out there. The Dallas Cowboys offense is going to be a monster next year. And you're hearing the right things from guys. You know, somebody's gotten to Zeke Elliott and said, dude, the party's over. You got to get your ass out of the limelight and start focusing on this game. I don't know if it was Dak. I don't know if it was the coaching, but somebody got to him because he's now focused on football, because now he's thinking about, how can I be better at the second level? More yards. He's not satisfied with being the FedEx Ground Player of the Year last year. He wants to do even better. So we're looking at that. I feel good about it. Now, the other thing you hear from the good old talking heads is that the Dallas Cowboys defense, they lost all kinds of players in the secondary. They're going to be starting rookies. Well, guess what? When they keep talking about Morris Claiborne, the glass man, as I like to say, what did Morris Claiborne give us besides a whole bunch of injuries? He played good the first 7 games of the season, but he wasn't there the rest of the time. So, am I having problems with the mic again, Francisco? I thought we got that squared away. When you look at Brandon Carr, in his time with Dallas, 3 interceptions. He'd have some good plays, but he was never spectacular. There wasn't anything that was that great. Hold it for 1 second. Hello. We actually got a call in tonight. Let's see who we got. And I bet you wasn't actually taking calls. I'm glad you guys still had it. Let's see. You're on the Jobu Sports Report. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Mark. What's up, man? It's been a long time.
Yeah. What's up? Who's this?
This is Prince from Dallas, Texas.
Hey, Prince. How you doing tonight, man?
Good, man.
What can we do for you tonight? What's that?
So this Sunday, man, Dak Prescott will be on ESPN E60 talking about his lines wrong.
Oh, okay.
We'll get going up.
I definitely have to watch that.
Talking about the relationship with his mom and gosh, all this stuff.
Yeah, you know, Dak, the thing that kills me is how people actually are hating on Dak Prescott. I don't know how anybody can hate on him, because you hear his story, you know what he's gone through, where he has always forever been doubted, but yet he always ends up showing up. Thanks. Hey, Prince, thanks for calling tonight, man. I appreciate the call. And I'm going to continue the conversation on that. These guys that can't stand Dak Prescott, I just don't understand it, because he's not a bad guy that's out there partying and doing all kinds of stuff. He's a guy who goes to work every single day, and he's trying to get better and better and better. He's not satisfied that, hey, we were 13-3 last year. He sees the big goal of wanting to be a Super Bowl champion. And that's the kind of guy that you want. Yeah, I actually like coffee and Kahlua with a little bit of rum, which kind of makes sure I stay awake. I get up at about 5 o'clock in the morning, and when I do these live streams, it gets to be a little bit late at night, so I get a little bit wired. So if you notice, I'm a little bit like that, and then all of a sudden, I'll just kind of crash. But yeah, Dak Prescott is a beast, and I still feel that he is going to get better and better and better because he's got the right mentality. He's not arrogant. He's confident, but he's never satisfied. And as long as you have that hunger, there's so much that you can achieve. And I can't say enough about him. Um, but yeah, Dr. Blue, I agree with you. I love being young, having a young team that's going to grow up together. When you look at our offense, um, of course, Jason Witten is up there. Des Bryant is getting up there. But you look at the rest of that offense is young. That's an offense that's going to be good to go for several years. Sergeant Pete, welcome to the show tonight. Yeah, right. Well, that's what the whole finger up in the air is to his mother, dedicating to her. And I still would love to have an interview. And I have a friend who I'm hoping can help me eventually get that interview with Dak Prescott. I wonder if the 4, which is for his mother's birthday, is also a reminder of him that he's a 4th-round draft pick to kind of keep that chip on his shoulder. Not like the chip that Anthony Brown has tattooed on his, but, that chip that I'm doing this for my mother, and I'm doing this to prove all the people who doubted me wrong. How you doing tonight, Jackie? Robert A. Mann, AS, Chris Sr., thanks, everybody, for joining. Sarah Green, you're always here. Thank you for joining in. Well, Sarah, the Patriots, I don't know how long Tom Brady could keep playing the way he is. I'm hoping that sooner or later he's going to hit the brick wall the way Peyton Manning did. Going on 40, Steven, it's going great. It's hard to believe that he's still playing at the level he is, but whoa, crap, holy damn. How about this money? Oh, whoa, I got to go back to, oh my God, man. That's a $25 donation to JoBoo's Man Cave. Hold on. That money that I'm donating can go to the Benet Emery Show and Law Nation. Thoughts on Tom Brady getting Madden 18 cover and if Dak and Zeke. Well, listen, thank you. No, that money's not going to the Benet Emery Show or anything like that. That money is going towards the JoBoo Mobile Man Cave because I am going to make sure that I am out at more games this year. Unfortunately, I only got 2, the Dallas Cowboy game, Dallas, Washington here. But I'm going to make sure that I'm at more and more events, and I want us to be able to tailgate. So that way, you guys, if you're here in Washington or New York or hopefully maybe Atlanta, training camp, things like that, we can all get together and have, a big party and live stream to everybody else who's not there with us. So that way we can all feel like a big family because that's what this whole channel is about. As far as Tom Brady, I was talking about that with my son that you guys don't hear talk too much about Tom Brady being on the cover of Madden and the good old Madden jinx. I'm hoping that jinx is still real the way it was for like Michael Vick and some of these other guys and stuff, because I am sick to death of seeing the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. I applaud them for what they have done. Hats off to them that they have been great, but damn, I'm sick of seeing them every year in the Super Bowl. It's just freaking ridiculous. And I got to tell you, Patriots fans are worse than Eagle fans. Now, this is a true story now. Literally, when they lose, they will cuss you out. Because when we were at the Super Bowl, the Patriots fans were literally F this, F that. There was a little girl that had to be about 10 years old that was a couple seats down from us. And she's listening to these foul-mouthed dudes that every other word is F you, cocksuck this. And I'm just like, dude, there's a young girl right there behind you, in front of you. And he's basically, F you dog holding blank to blank. And I'm just like, damn. I understand your team's losing, but you don't have to be a dick. The people that were behind me, I happened to take a selfie, and they were just kind of looking really down. And I posted it on Facebook. And I don't know how in the world, but these people found the picture, and they cussed me out and said, you take that picture down. Now, of course, when they came back and started winning, Oh, they were God's greatest gift to the world. Okay, at least be, a sportsman. No, they're pricks. I think I'd rather see the Eagles win the Super Bowl before New England. And I don't ever want to see the Eagles win a Super Bowl. So that's how bad it is. But thank you very much for that. And let me see. Do I have that much money to put into the jar? Damn. Yeah, I was taking all my cash tonight. Oh, gotta love it. So now we're not gonna use the N-word up in here, Pablo, man. All right. JoBoo, he's not the prettiest of prettiest of sorts out there, but he's definitely been good for me. I've got this one idiot out there who originally came in and was starting trash, but then kind of calmed down and seemed like a regular person. But he keeps coming back to me and telling me that, the whole idea of JoBoo is childish. Well, if that's what you think, that's fine. Feel free to go on. Everybody needs a mascot. I happen to have JoBoo bring good things to me. People like it. Regular people as well as football people and things like that. Hell, Roger Goodell wanted his picture with him. So if everybody else is okay with it, why is it that you have a problem with it? And I had a couple other people want to know what the story is behind it, but I don't want to take up all the time with that. But make a long story short, thank an Eagle fan, because the year the Super Bowl was going to be in New Orleans, my theme was voodoo. So I went to this voodoo shop and got a couple little voodoo trinkets, and I was over at the Redskin Stadium and ended up putting some of these pieces up there and took some pictures and things like that. And an Eagle fan said to me, he said, the Dallas Cowboys suck so bad that not even JoBoo could help them. And so then, bing, the light bulb went off. Let me make a JoBoo doll. And originally I made it just for fun. I said, this will be cute because as I go around to places, I'll take pictures of it. It'll be my flat Stanley. But the funny thing is strange things, man, strange things seem to happen. And sometimes it makes me scratch my head because you guys know that I did a video the other day about when I was taking my pain meds for my knee. And I was talking about marijuana versus, over-the-counter drugs and stuff. And just did the video, popped it up there, not knowing. And then all of a sudden, people kept coming back and saying, it's interesting that the video lasted 420. And I'm scratching my head because you guys know I'm old and don't know crap. And I'm scratching my head, 420. What do you mean 420? Okay, so it's 4 minutes and 20 seconds. And they kept coming back, no, that's the marijuana day, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, how the hell did that happen to work out exactly at 420? Because generally my videos are a lot longer than that. It's just kind of like, okay. It was kind of strange. But like I was saying, we went to New York. Giants won the Super Bowl, yet the Cowboys won. Charles Haley changes his profile picture to JoBoo. He finally gets into the Hall of Fame. We recreate the scene. It's Very Bad to Steal, JoBoo's room in Tony Romo's locker in 2014. Tony Romo has best season of his career. Sean Lee 3 years ago says, JoBoo, I need you to keep me healthy on the field when I come back. And he's got 2 Pro Bowls and second best linebacker in the NFL. I'm not saying he had anything to do with it. All I'm just saying is stuff like that has happened around him. And Michael is talking about an interview that's going on right now on DallasCowboy.com. Yeah, Ryan Switzer. Yeah, Ryan Switzer and Dak and Zeke Elliott went to school together. Yes, they did. So, yeah, high school together. So, yeah. My son, Michael, who never talks to videos, talks while I'm doing the videos. Kevin, cough, Lafayette. Speak of the devil. There's Kevin Rain, the guy who says that JoBoo is childish. Well, dude, like I said, for somebody who thinks it's childish, what does that make you if you're always here? I believe that you always stay high. So anyway, I'm in Belize. Well, that's nice. Carlos B. Okay. Robert man, cough. Okay, Jackie, how you doing tonight? Eagles and Falcons bathtub. What does the tub have in the Eagles? Okay. So you guys remember the phone number. I wasn't taking calls from people because of our trolls. But we'll go ahead and try one more. You're on the Jobu Sports Report. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Nehemiah Williams. I'm calling from Dallas.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, man. Everything doing good over there?
Oh, everything's going fantastic here, man. I'm living the dream, enjoying Friday night with about 200 of my friends.
Oh, awesome, man. Hey, I love your show. I watch it every day, man. I'm young, man. I don't know if there's a lot of young cats over here watching like I do, man, but you're awesome, dude.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I know I'm old and all that, but I try to relate to everybody and try and put on the best show I can. Do you have a question tonight?
Yes, I do. You know what? With that secondary, you know what? I'm so happy about our draft pick. I'm happy. I'm happy we have a great defensive back. Just a great defensive back. Out there. Like, do you feel like anybody make a Pro Bowl this year? I've seen
Well, we haven't had very many Pro Bowlers on our defense in a long time, but I think Anthony Brown is going to do really well. I think Byron Jones, who quietly is a really, really good safety but doesn't get a whole lot of love, I'm hoping that he ends up taking it up to another level and becomes the leader on that defensive backfield. But I kind of like the mix of having, Skandrick is kind of put on notice that, you can be replaced. So he's going to come in real hungry. You got Byron Jones, who's, playing really, really well, although most people don't know much about him. And, of course, Anthony Brown, I'm looking for him to take up another step. And then you bring these young guys that are going to be hungry. So you're going to have people fighting for positions. There's nobody that you say is you're a starter here or you're a starter there. Everybody's going to have to fight for that. And I love that. So thank you very much for calling in tonight. I appreciate it. And thank you for all the support on the Jobu Sports Report.
Hey, one more question.
Sure. Sorry. What's that?
Do you have any predictions of any rookie starters?
Oh, I think Awuzie will definitely be starting on the defensive backfield side. I know Taco is definitely going to be starting on the defensive line in that rotation and stuff, but we'll have to see because, you'll have two corners and two safeties are starting out, but then you're going to have your nickel coverage and things like that. So I believe all of these guys are going to be playing a lot in different situations. So I look for pretty much everybody to get on the field.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, man.
All right, thanks for the call.
Hey, keep it up, man. Hey, however you can send me anywhere to send us donations, man, for that shirt, man, I definitely need to know that information.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and let you guys know about that. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm working on. You guys know I'm technology challenged. I'm working on the website. It's taking me a little bit of time to get together, but we're making a whole new one that will tie in the Instagram, the Facebook, and all that stuff. And I may actually get back into blogging again as well. And you'll be able to order shirts and the shot glasses. I may have a couple other things you guys might be interested too. And all the proceeds will go towards the JoBoo mobile man cave that we will be doing stuff definitely at games tonight, and I can't wait. And I'm pretty positive that I'm going to be in Oxnard and hopefully for the preseason Ram game to start the season off right. So it's going to be fun. I'm spending as much time as I can to upgrade the quality of it. If I just don't have the brain farts and end up plugging the microphone in the wrong thing, we should do great. What's happening? Jay Landros, nice. Thanks for joining us from California. Jackie, nice to see you. Damian Hood. Okay. It's amazing. I don't even remember the phone number for the Jobu Sports Report, but you guys sure do. All right. We stopped doing call-ins because you're on the Jobu Sports Report. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's that, Prince?
Stephen A. Smith, the biggest Cowboys hater. He said this summer he's coming to Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can do something around that, which would be interesting stuff. But it's going to be swamped. But see, here's the thing with Stephen A. Smith. And everybody is always like, oh, I hate that guy. You got to understand that it's just fake drama. What all of these talking heads and stuff out there realize, if you're talking about Tampa Bay, ain't nobody listening. They know if you talk about Dallas Cowboy people and you talk bad about them, either you're going to be pissed off because you are a Cowboy fan, or if you hate the Cowboys, you're going to enjoy it. Either way, it's a win-win situation for you. So thanks a lot, Prince, for calling back in. Yeah, so understand that he ain't got no hate for Cowboy fans. In fact, that's the reason why he's going to Dallas, because he knows it will be a big publicity stunt, So it's all cool. Like I said, I've met Stephen A. Smith. I've talked to him and stuff and everything else. It's nothing personal. It's business is what it is with him. And I still believe that inside, he's a closet Dallas Cowboy fan because of all the money it's made him being the number one Dallas Cowboy hater. Yeah, I can't wait for the season to get here because I'm as excited as can be. When I get off the air with you guys tonight, I'm gonna be hunting the wire lines, finding out whatever information stuff I can get. I posted a video earlier about our buddy from Richmond or somewhere in Virginia here, the Giants fan that was talking a whole bunch of trash. I'm actually thinking about, if you're watching, about getting you to Skype in so we can have a little debate about the Cowboys versus the Giants. If not now, definitely the week before the game, because I'll back up anything that I say. Stay out of Texas, Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. Yeah, he might. Some of y'all might get serious there in Texas. He might not want to play. Yeah, Kevin, I think I'm hoping for a curse with Tom Brady. I'm sick of seeing him and the Patriots. But here's the thing with New England that you got to figure. It doesn't matter who they got a quarterback. They took Matt Castle to the playoffs. They took Garoppolo and made him look like, Montana. So it's something about that team. I don't know if they sold their soul to the devil or what, but every year they are freaking good, and it drives you crazy. Who's in Dallas? I wish I were going to be in Dallas for week 1 versus the Giants, but I'm not going to be able to make that game. So, Kevin, you'll be in Dallas week 1? Okay. So I know to stay away that week. Oh, God, I pray, Sarah, that we end up beating the Giants that first game. If the Giants win that game, geez, oh, flip. Those Giant fans will be coming out of the woodwork. Because the only time I hear – no, I'm not drunk. I wish I were. Actually, I'm just kind of tired and had a lot of pain meds early today for my knees with all this rain. The Giants fans win 3 in a row, it'll just be unbearable. It's funny because I never hear from Giants fans until after they win a game. They never want to talk trash before a game. They always want to talk trash when they win. And when they lose, you can't find them. Well, thank you very much, Wiz Young. I try. Mark, have faith. Oh, no, believe me, I have faith. I think that this is going to be a really good season. Barring injuries, I think the Dallas Cowboys can go a long way. Talk about Dak Prescott's conference skills and how he wrote the book. Okay. All right, Caesar, thanks for joining in from Mexico, man. I appreciate it. Raiders in the Super Bowl. Well, okay. That would be interesting. That would be like an old school Super Bowl. You know what? I wouldn't really care who the Cowboys played in the Super Bowl. I just hope they can get to the Super Bowl. Yeah, Packers Cowboys October 8th. That'll be another good game. That one might be one that I go to in Dallas. Like I said, I'm looking at the schedule. I'm trying to go to at least 2 in Dallas. I want to go to the Giants game in New York, and I'm definitely going to go to the Washington game. And I'm thinking about, going to Philly. Anybody want to go to Philly with me? Anybody want to go up there and smack some Eagle fans? Anybody? Besides Michael, my son over here, he's over there raising his hand. Okay. Yeah, well, there won't be many Eagle fans at that one then if it's the last game of the season because their season will already be over. No faith, only trust in humans. Okay. Jaylon A. Von Miller. Well, you're talking about Jaylon. God, I'm on both sides of the fence on it because one minute I'm thinking, okay, the nerves regenerated. He's going to be a baller. The next minute I started thinking that it's a long time that he's been off, and if he pushes it too much, he could re-injure it. So I'm kind of like, God, is it going to be Is he going to be really good? Is it going to be, limited? I just don't know. I just really wish I could see him more on the field. You know, you've seen him working out, and working out is great and all that, but it's totally something different when you're running around with pads on it and you're running into a guy that's 300 pounds, and you got all the weight on that foot. Um, so it's going to be interesting to see how well is that foot really. Have we been just kind of fed a whole lot of, good wishes, well wishes, and things on that, or has that foot really started to heal? Only time will tell on that one. Um, no one ever wants to go to Philly ever. Well, Philly wants to go ahead and have the draft there, and I hate to say it, but Philly did a pretty good job with the draft experience because that was pretty good. Food sucked, but the experience was actually really good having it outdoors because even though you may not have been in the theater, dog meat, that's what I always say, Pablo. Um, you felt like you were part of the draft, and that was a great experience. So we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping that it'll be in Dallas next year, and it'll be interesting to see how the Cowboys do it versus what the Eagles were able to do. Dog meat's okay. He's wiggling his toes. All right. The best, again, I was a Rolando McClain fan too, man, and I was hoping that he was able to turn his life around and be able to be the beast that he should have been, but the demons just got him. Brandon Green, I'm glad you love the way the team's coming around. Um, that's the great thing that I feel right now is that the team is making smart football decisions. As far as Jason Garrett goes, I still have doubts about him. Um, I still worry that he's still not ready. When you get into those pressure situations where you should be rising to the occasion, I still see all these little mistakes that add up, which help prevent you from winning. And I'm hoping and praying because he is our coach. We don't have anybody else. I'm hoping that he can get it together, but I'm not so sure. Well, the thing, Booze Daddy, the thing I think about Skandrick and having had an ACL injury, and mine was back in the day, it takes, even though you're back out on the field, it still takes a good year or more before you're really over it. And I don't think that leg was still right last year when he was playing. I think that it was still kind of jacked up and he was still favoring it. I'm hoping that when he comes out this year, he's had more time with the offseason and everything else, that it's in a better spot and that he ends up playing better, especially with having guys that are out there that are going to push him to be on the team. Um, man, I agree with you, man. Will McKay, if they don't do something with him and give him a big promotion next year, I think he will be gone. Somebody's going to offer him a boatload of money. If this class is anywhere near as good as it looks on paper, he's gone. You got to make him a GM here or else, or make him assistant GM and give him a big fat raise because I think he can go almost anywhere. He'll be able to write his own ticket. If we can get to the championship game, yeah. If we get to the championship game but don't get to the Super Bowl, I'm not sure I'd be happy. But it's all good. Um, what other positions do we need to focus on? Well, I still think we might need another linebacker depending on what Jaylon Smith does. I still would like to see that veteran beast on the line, on the defensive line. Um, you can always use another veteran cornerback because you're going to have guys go down. I wouldn't even mind seeing possibly another offensive lineman to have as a backup in there, and definitely another tight end. I'm hoping Rico Gathers becomes the real deal. My son is putting all his faith in him and things, but we just don't know. We just have to see how these guys work out in training camp and things. The good thing is, in a couple of weeks, you're going to see a lot of great veterans that are going to be on the streets because the rookies are here and teams are looking at, I can cut this guy. I can save me some money and, you know, have that guy play. So you're going to see a lot of good veterans that are going to be out on the streets that basically will be a bargain base in prices. Um, do I consider New England? New England, thing that's scary about New England is, they were good. They have a great system where everybody has a role and everybody does their job. They don't make mistakes. and they know where to put their money and guys and stuff in there. And I look at that team that they went through. They added some really good parts to an already great team, so they're scary. The other benefit for them is their division always stinks, so they're pretty much almost guaranteed 6 wins right there because Buffalo is always bad. The Jets are a train wreck, and Miami will get okay, but that's a weak ass division every single year. I can save some money and think it's time to let. I don't think I would let Dez Bryant go just yet. Um, like I was saying, those last 9 games he played, he averaged 16.9 yards reception and 7 TD passes. That's still an elite level. So pump your brakes on getting rid of him a little bit right now. When we think about how Dak and him are going to work out, I think that that's going to be the best combination, one of the best combinations in football next year. You watch. They are going to start out beasting from Jump Street. How are the facilities in Oxnard? Well, basically, they stay at a Marriott hotel. They're like 3-level um, townhouse almost like deal. And they have 2 really nice football fields that are out there. The weather is great. It's close to the ocean, like 3 miles away, and you're on the beach and things there. It's really, really nice, and it's quiet out there. The city of Oxnard, the people are fantastic and stuff. I went there. I've been there twice for training camp and had a ball both times. So if you can get out there, it'll be fantastic. I'm working on a deal right now where we'll be broadcasting from training camp and things, which I think will be fantastic. And hopefully I'll see a lot of you great fans and stuff out there. Yeah, I agree with you. Collins is going to be a beast. If that ankle heals right, he's going to be great. I'd rather put him out there than to hope that Chaz Green will finally stay healthy because he just never has. Butler's not beating out Terrence Williams, but Butler, he only had 16 catches, but he averaged 13.7 yards a catch, which isn't anything to laugh at. Terrence Williams, 44 catches, 13 and a half yards a catch. So both of them played pretty well at times. They both had some, few bad drops and things, but I think they'll both get better this year with working with Dak longer. Oh, Sarah, happy Mother's Day to you as well as Jackie, too. So all the ladies in the house that are mothers, let me make sure I go ahead and wish you all a happy Mother's Day a little bit early. But you guys know it is after 10 o'clock. It's been another great night. We got, let me make sure I thank our Super Chat people. Are they showing up here? Yeah. I got to thank How About Them Cowboys for the donation, the Super Chat money. I appreciate all the love. And Jay Baraka, if I messed up your name, sorry. I'm a name butcher. That's what I do. Michael's telling me that I need to stay on a little bit longer because I screwed up the beginning. So you guys get 5 minutes bonus time here. Shout out to the mom. Stay on, Mark. Okay. You guys are going to get me divorced because my wife has actually been out of town on business for the last week, and she just got home tonight at 6 o'clock. And so she was like, "You're going to be live streaming tonight," and I've been gone for a week. And it's like, yes, honey, but I'll make sure that it's short and sweet. I won't be on for very long. Yeah, okay. How do you super chat? Below the say something, there's a smiley face and there's a $sign. And if you click on the dollar sign, that leads you into it. I haven't actually done it myself, but that's what does the super chats. Good night, Cowboys Nation, and fuck the Giants fans. Definitely do me a favor and check out the video response to our buddy, that giant troll that's talking about Dak Prescott being a dink and dunk for it. Damon Hood, don't worry. By the end of the weekend, I'll have the site up so you guys can go and order those. The shot glasses, I'm supposed to have the proof, I think, tomorrow. So I'll go ahead and share that exact one that they're going to have on the glass, and I'll have those within 2 weeks. Mother's Day off the weed. Mark is in the doghouse. Now, I'm lovable, so she won't stay mad for too long. Probably right now, she's probably asleep on the couch. Oh, man, you guys are giving me a hard time. Okay, I'm gonna keep on staying on here for just a little bit longer. Thanks, Sergeant Pete. Wife first, Mark. Yeah, you know what? I've got a really good one, and I'm blessed to definitely have her. She's been great. She supports all I do and everything else. The Cowboys are definitely worldwide. I don't know if my buddy Mark from England, he's like, dude, he's like, I want to see the live stream. He said, but it's on at 2 a.m. um, the website will be up in a couple of days and I'll share it in a video. I'm working on it. You guys know I'm technology challenged, so I have to actually build the website for it. You know, everything you guys see on this channel, it's all me. I don't have a production crew. I definitely don't have a makeup crew. Don't have a sound person because you see I fucked up the sound and had to correct it. I'm the editor. JoBoo, well, he just drinks rum. Oh, Cobra. Do I think Jason Garrett is the right coach for our team? Damn. You had to ask me that one. That's a question that will keep me on here. No. I'm not sold on Jason Garrett. I'm just not. Nice guy you'd like to hang out with, but I don't believe that he is ready to be that guy. I see too many mistakes and I don't see enough discipline. Holding guys accountable when guys like Rolando McClain, guys like Greg Hardy have no fear of saying, you know what, I don't feel like showing up. I don't feel like practicing today. I'm just playing the game. Or when guys mess up, I feel like I'm watching a little league coach. You know, football nowadays is about everybody getting a participation trophy. Good job, Johnny. It's okay that we're 0-9. We'll get them next time. Here's your trophy. No. I believe that you need to have some fire in your gut. You need to give that stare like a Bill Parcells to let you know, what the F are you thinking? Get your ass on the bench, and I don't want to hear jack from you. Or Jimmy Johnson, fall asleep and let me throw the projector at your blank to blank head. Or guys who, when the chips are down, seem to come up with the right gut check decision. I just don't see that with Jason Garrett. I hope for the best. He is the coach of our Dallas Cowboys. He's what we got, so I have to support him. But I'm not real sure about it. I'm not really sure. But hey, what can we do? He's our guy. And Dallas fan, you may be right. He may be Jerry Jones's puppet. And it may be that he has no power. Either way, yeah. Well, Sarah, on the flip side of that response, what is he going to say? Dak say, I don't believe in him. I think he's an idiot. He's not going to say that. Is this still live, Carlos? Yes, we are still live. But hey, bottom line is you got to win when it counts. And we just have not been able to, year after year after year after year, win the big ones when it counted the most. That's how I feel. You guys can choose to disagree with me. And that's the great thing about America. We don't have to agree with stuff. So I'd rather have a discussion with somebody who doesn't agree with me so they can understand my point of view and I can understand their point of view. And maybe somewhere in the middle, we can find common ground and come up with solutions. And I'm afraid that too many times nowadays, it's pretty much, if you don't agree with me, then it's the hell with you. And I think that's completely wrong. Well, the other thing is, I believe coaches get stale after about 5 years unless you're really winning. After a while, you get tuned out, and sometimes you need to make change for change's sake. They need to have, you have a guy who's a player's coach. Sometimes you need a coach who's an authority guy, just to kind of change things up, to get guys to refocus and stuff. The best show. Thank you, Damien. The best show on TV, computers, phone, etc. I watched the show before ESPN. I appreciate that, man. I really do. I try and put as much time into this as I can. I'm very proud of what we're doing in here, and I'm proud of having all of you guys here because that's what makes it. Did the Wizards lose? Don't tell me. Did they lose at home? It's the curse of Washington, man. The Washington teams are always up there, but they always seem to choke in the playoffs. The Nationals, the Caps, the Wizards, every single time. Wow. Yeah, it is nice to see Romo kind of enjoying himself and not feeling all the love as opposed to all the hate whenever, they'd have a game and they lost. What I think about Ryan Switzer, oh, man, I got to tell you, I'm excited about it. The competition between him and Lucky, basically for the punt return job. And if he can do the job, I'm more than happy to have him out there. Well, I think he could be a really good player. Reckless, I appreciate that you like this better than ESPN. ESPN is hurting because of shows like this. They're realizing that more and more people, like my son, he doesn't watch cable TV. He watches YouTube all the time. He gets all of his news and stuff from YouTube. The dynamics are changing the same way that newspapers and magazines went out. Now it's kind of like broadcast, ESPN is dying. So I guess I'm partially to blame for ESPN. Coach Garrett's messed up a couple of Green Bay games, Jackie. God, when think about up 26-3 and we're still passing the second half. What are you thinking? Icing your own kicker? Oh, Jesus Christ. Still throwing against the Lions 2 games by 3 touchdowns. Like, come on, be for real. Oh, Jordan, so you're local, man. Well, cool. YouTube is my life, Reckless. That's funny. All right, so it is now approaching 10:15. You guys got your full hour in, and I appreciate it again. Thanks again to How About Them Cowboys and Jay Barrera. This bell is for you guys. The kitty is definitely growing, and I appreciate it. We're going to definitely be doing some nice stuff. I will have the website up this weekend for JoBoo's Man Cave. In fact, when I get done with this tonight, I'm going to be working on figuring that stuff out. It may drive me crazy, and I may end up needing to steal some of JoBoo's rum to get it straight. But I will have it up so the way you guys can order those shot glasses, because I can't wait to see some of the pictures with you guys having a good old shot with JoBoo. Good night. I'm tired. I agree with you. I'm tired too. Peace, everybody. Have a great night. Enjoyed the time with you, and I will see you on Monday night.